Hello FPL managers, it is double game week time and it is team selection time, so let's get right into it. Now, first of all, real quick, we got to look at my results from game week 31, and thanks to Jacob Murphy, they were just sensational. I am eternally grateful that I transferred him in this game week, or else I would be screwed. I would be down in the dumps with a big red arrow, but thankfully he's in my team. Along with him, my defenders popped off as well. Munoz, Gavardio, Dan Burn, all returning, absolute legends. Kind of upsetting I chose Dan Burn over Livramento, but at the end of the day, that's a mistake I made. I'll take my loss, you know, it is what it is. My Isak captain did blank, but then again, so did every other popular captain in the game, so it doesn't bother me too much, you know. I'm just glad Salah blanked, because if he got returns, boy, I would be toast. And obviously Mateta doing Mateta things and, you know, getting his average at least 1 goal per game, absolute legend. So glad he's returned from injury. Now, the main talking point of this video, guys, is about the captaincy choice. We all know it's going to be Isak. We all know Isak is going to be the most and probably only captain player in the game. There will probably be a few, you know, imbeciles, Neanderthals that captain Jacob Murphy, but, you know, we'll leave them to their own thing, you know, they're having fun by themselves. For a lot of us, we also have the triple captainship left, and I'm someone who's debating whether I should play triple captain on Isak or wait for next game week to use it. If you're using bench boost next game week, then definitely use triple captain for this week. It's kind of a no-brainer for you guys. And if you're using bench boost this game week, obviously you can't use triple captain as well. My issue with Isak is the underlying data now. It doesn't look so bad here, you know, this is his last 5 games. But it has been a lot better in the past. And, you know, fair enough. 3 of these 5 games, it was away to Liverpool, away to City and home to Forest. So it's not like it's awful, but his non-penalty expected goals, guys, it's quite low. In fact, it's worryingly low. I don't like it at all. It's quite scary. And the creative potential right now, it just isn't there. 1 key pass, 0 big chances created in the last 5. It's very low. The positives of Isak triple captain is he's got a good double game week. Home to Man United and home to Crystal Palace is very good, okay? 2, you know, not easy fixtures. They're both on good form. But it's 2 home games against 2 mid-table teams at the end of the day. And Newcastle will probably score 4 or 5 goals in these next 2 games, you know, maybe a bit less, maybe even a bit more, but roughly 4 or 5 goals. You just got to think, okay, how many of these goals is Isak going to be involved in? I think Isak is going to be in a range of 15 to 25 points this game week. Anything 20 or above, I would consider a huge win, you know. I mean, 15 is like the bare minimum. If he doesn't get that, then it's definitely a massive L. You know, if you get 20, that's huge. I would take that as a big win. But we don't know how he's going to do, obviously. None of us are fortune tellers. We can only guess how he's going to do. My prediction is that, you know, he'll score 2 in the Man United game, then 1 in the Palace game, you know, looking something like this, a 20-pointer. But, you know, that's not guaranteed. That's just one man's opinion. And Isak, he's only got 3 goals in his last 5 games. So the odds of him scoring 3 in his next 2, even then, I'm being quite optimistic. The issue is if you have triple captain, apart from Isak, your only other option is Saka in game week 33, who plays away to Ipswich, then home to Crystal Palace. So the doubles are kind of similar, you know, they both play home to Crystal Palace, except Saka plays away to Ipswich, which is slightly better than playing home to Man United. On top of that, Saka also gets an extra point for a goal, an extra point for a clean sheet, and he'll probably play more minutes across the 2 games as well, because Isak's more of a, you know, 70-minute man, whereas Saka's more of a 90-minute man. So me personally right now, I'm not on Isak triple captain. I'd preferably wait until I can do it on Saka in game week 33. But you guys can decide for yourselves, because Isak triple captain is definitely a great idea. When I found out Isak had this double game week, I was 100% sure I was going to use him as my triple captain. But since then, his form has dipped a bit, and it's making me worry, making me think he may not actually be as good as I'd hoped him to be for this double. So guys, onto my team now. I have 6 double game week plays without any transfers made. I've only got 1 free transfer, but I'm going to save my free transfer going into game week 33 to load up on some more Arsenal players, you know, get Bukayo Saka, maybe get Marmoush as well. So for now, I'm keeping it as it is. In defence, we got Raya playing home to Brentford. I wish I had double Arsenal defence, but Gabriel went and stubbed his toe and now he's out for the rest of the season. We got Gavardio playing home to Palace. To be honest, I'd rather my Crystal Palace players score than Gavardio keep a clean sheet. So yeah, if he does well, that's cool, but I'm kind of hoping he doesn't unless it's a goal involvement. As for Munoz, I don't really expect a clean sheet, if I'm being honest. Obviously, there's a chance for it. It just probably won't happen. And, you know, we all know his goal threat is insane, so it's not like he's just a wasted space in my team. He's still playing a double, he's still going to get points for minutes, and there's still many avenues he can go down if he wants to get a big score. As for Dan Burn, I think the Man United game has clean sheet potential. I don't think the Crystal Palace game has clean sheet potential, and I don't want it to because, once again, I've got double Crystal Palace attack. I need those guys to pop off and bag me some goals. In midfield, one of these guys is Clivert. He is yellow flagged. He may not play. If that is the case, if he's still injured, I've got Gakpo on the bench to replace him with. I'm not incredibly happy with Gakpo, to be honest. You know, he's a rotation risk, but he's all I've got. And I know what you're thinking. I could transfer in Marmoush, but I don't want to. I think he's a bit of a trap. I'm not 100% convinced on him just yet. I'd rather play Clivert if I can. Then we have Salah and Palmer. Two really easy home games. The two big dogs in my team. We've got Palmer playing home to Ipswich, hoping he can actually score for the first time in ages. Salah is on some bad form as well. I'm hoping he can reverse that. He can change it around. Then the two doubling midfielders. We have Jacob Murphy, who is on insane form right now. Insane underlying data. Insanely good output in terms of points he's getting, and he's only 5.1 million. I think he should be in everybody's team, and after last game week his ownership is going to be so high. You don't want to be missing out on him. Then we got Saka. The dude is kind of an FPL hero for me, absolute legend, big differential points for me a little while ago in the season. Now his ownership is quite high. I do think he's better than Eze. In the last 5 games of the Premier League, his underlying data is better than every single other player in the game, so on form he's really second to none, and he's got that double. I know the games are tough for Crystal Palace, I do, but Crystal Palace in the last 10 games are second in the league. So, you know, these guys aren't intimidated by the big dogs like Man City and Newcastle. They can come away with a couple goals. Speaking of Crystal Palace players who have the potential to score a couple goals, we've got the main goal threat, Jean-Philippe Mateta. This guy is Mr. Consistent, never lets me down, and even when he does, it's not his fault. I don't blame him because I love him too much. He's my guy. His ownership has also gotten a little too high for my liking. It was low when he was getting return after return after return. But since blank game week 29 has happened, everybody's brought him in. So, you know, it's not as much fun anymore, but, you know, I still like him. Finally, we already know this one. We got Isak, still on the fence about triple captain, still debating it. Right now, I'm leaning towards no, but I could lean towards yes when I see everyone else in the FPL community using their triple captain on Isak. It's just one of them ones where I feel like it's kind of unpredictable, but you know, if he comes away with a penalty or two, he comes away with a few big chances, he can turn that into an absolute monster haul that I really don't want to miss out on. My chip strategy for the rest of the season with this team is not what I thought it would be. I plan on using the triple captain chip in game week 33 on Saka or Isak in game week 32. Then my wild card, I plan on using it in either game week 34 or game week 35. I prefer using it in game week 35 because that way I can know who has a potential double in game week 36, which helps me better plan my bench boost. The only issue is this means I'm going to take an L in blank game week 34. I'll be playing 9 players instead of 11, which isn't the end of the world if those 9 players can hold their own. So yeah, my chip strategy is looking very, very different to a lot of FPL managers, but I think it suits my team the best and I like it quite a lot. It's quite exciting. Let me know what sort of chip strategy you guys are going for as well. I know a lot of you are probably going to be, you know, wild card in game week 31 that you just used, then bench boost in game week 32, then triple captain in game week 33, then free hit in game week 34. That's the pretty standard meta chip strategy, but you know, here on the FPL Borders channel, we like to switch things up a bit, you know. We don't follow the crowd. We ain't sheep. Anyway, gang, if you did make it this far, you are greatly appreciated. Thanks for sticking around. Thank you for watching. And yeah, I will see you all in the next video.